Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Flood. You are listening to the Flood Watch on WLOY Loyola Radio, streaming online at WLOY.org and Campus TV channel 101.1. Yeah, it's always weird to hear like that old tape from like 2 years ago play if I'm a couple minutes late. But yeah, this is the current October, what is it, 8th? Yeah, October 8th, 2021. And I'm really excited for today's show. For those of you who have never tuned into the Flood Watch before, the concept of my show is that I will be playing an album of the week, where I'll go through all the tracks of an album I find significant or really good, just something I'm a fan of and think I want to share with you guys. We're going to go through each track. I'm going to talk about them and try to give my opinion as to why I think this album is significant. But alongside that, I'll be playing a collection of songs that I have that I also think you guys might enjoy and that I think are good. Hopefully some of you might enjoy some of them. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to get started. The album of the week for this week is Mitski's Be the Cowboy from 2018. 2018? I think it's 2018 or 19. But this is an album that it received a lot of critical acclaim on its release, but it wasn't an album I necessarily vibed with immediately. Yeah, it wasn't that I thought it was bad, but I just didn't really get Mitski that much as an artist. But yeah, last week I played a song from her other album, her previous album to this one, Puberty 2. And over the summer, I listened to a lot of her stuff and found that I really enjoyed it and really connected with it. And this album is one that I think it flows as an album really well. There's a lot of great tracks. It's definitely more pop than her earlier records, which were much more rock inspired. But I think it's a really good album. Lots of great moments, lots of great lyrics, lots of great songs. I'm excited to give it a try. So we're going to get started with that. This is the first track from the album. I believe it is called Geyser. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Once again, that last track was Mitski's Geyser from our album of the week, Be the Cowboy. I think it's a really great opener. Kind of puts, it starts the album off right. The production on it is really beautiful. I would say the production all over this album is very clean. And yeah, she's still got that powerful voice, even though the music is different than Puberty 2. She still has an extremely powerful voice that she's using really well, I would say. So I'm excited to get to the rest of that album. Before we get to that, I'm going to play a song from my playlist. This is Sleater Kinney with Jumpers. Hope you guys enjoy.
I spend the afternoon in cars. I sit in traffic jams for hours. Don't push me, I am not okay. The sky is blue most every day. The lemons grow like tulips. Our tiny suns infused with snow. The only substance is the fog, and it hides all that has gone wrong. Can't see a thing inside the maze. That is a bridge adored in fame, the golden spine of engineering, whose back is heavy with my weight. Lonely as a cloud, and the golden state. The coldest winter that I ever saw was the summer that I spent. Be still so hard, be still so skin. Drink your last drink, sing your last sin, sing your last song about the beginning. Sing it out loud so the people can hear. Let's go! Still this that day, be still this that year. Hope your last hope, be your last fear. You're not the only one. 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 Let's go. My falling shape will draw a line between the blue of sea and sky. I'm not a bird, I'm not a plane. I took a taxi to the gate. I will not go to school again. 4 seconds was the longest wait. 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 4 seconds was the longest.
Once again, that last track was Jumpers from Sleater Kinney. Talk about an awesome track. That's definitely a band I need to get one of their albums on for the album of the week. I think I'll probably do The Woods, which is my favorite by them. And honestly, it's a 10 if you ask me. It's probably one of the best indie rock records ever. And that's kind of crazy to think about because it's not really that, it wasn't that long ago that I heard it for the first time, but I really was blown away with how awesome it was. So if you're an indie rock fan, you got to do yourself that pleasure and listen to that album. And then, if you really like it, you got to listen to the rest of their stuff too. They're a really great indie rock group. They get their praise in like indie fans know of them. But I think the mainstream deserves to know about them too. If you're a fan of indie rock, you definitely will like what they do. Great vocals and great guitars. And great drums too. So we're going to go with the next track from Be the Cowboy. This next track is called Why Didn't You Stop Me? Hope you guys enjoy.
I know that I ended it, but why won't you chase after me? You know me better than I do, so why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you stop me and paint it over? I look for a picture of you to keep in my pocket, but I can't seem to find one where you look how I remember. Look how I remember. Look how I remember. Paint it over.
Once again, that last track was Why Didn't You Stop Me from Mitski from our album of the week, Be the Cowboy. I really enjoyed that one too. Definitely has like an 80s synth pop vibe to it. And yeah, I really enjoyed the lyrics on this album. If you're a fan of like an artist like Phoebe Bridgers for her kind of like sarcastic and kind of depressing outlook or depressing look she gives on like the mundane parts of life, I think you should definitely pay attention to the lyrics on this album, because that's what she's kind of talking about. It actually relates to last week's album, Terror Twilight, in a lot of ways, in this kind of like depressed, just tired, depression expression of their feelings towards love, feeling towards romance, and this album kind of is about the same thing. Kind of sarcastically talking about the feelings and how it kind of feels dull at this point. All the overexposure to that kind of feeling. I don't know if that made any sense, but we'll see. I'll get into the lyrics a little bit as we get farther into the project. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. Hope you guys are too. All right, so next up we got a track from Tupac called Changes. I'm sure all of you are somewhat familiar with this song. Yeah, it's a classic. Hope you guys enjoy.
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, killing, he's a hero. Get it to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then changed. That's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Hear me?
Oh, come on, come on, come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
I see no changes, all I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. We under, I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the wasted. Take the evil out the people, they'll be acting right. Cause both black and white and smoke tonight. And the only time we chill is when we kill each other. It takes skill to be real time to heal each other. And although it seems evident, we ain't ready to see a black president. It ain't a secret, don't conceal the fact. The penitentiary's packed and it's filled with blacks. But some things will never change. Try to show another way, but you're staying in the dope game. Now tell me what's a mother to do. Being real don't appeal to the brother in you. You gotta operate the easy way.
I made a G today.
But you made it in a sleazy way. Sell it back to the kid.
I gotta get paid.
Well, hey, well, that's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Hear me?
Oh, come on, come on, come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
We gotta make a change. It's time for us as a people to start making some changes. Let's change the way we eat. Let's change the way we live. And let's change the way we treat each other. You see, the old way wasn't working, so it's on us to do what we gotta do to survive. And still I see no changes. Can a brother get a little peace? It's war on the streets and a war in the Middle East. Instead of war on poverty, they got a war on drugs so the police can bother me. And I ain't never did a crime I ain't have to do. But now I'm back with the facts, giving it back to you. Don't let them jack you up, back you up, crack you up, and pimp smack you up. You gotta learn to hold your own. They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone. But tell the cops I can't touch this. I don't trust this. When they try to rush, I bust this. That's the sound number 2. You say it ain't cool. My mama didn't raise no fool. And as long as I stay black, I got a stage strap. And I never get to lay back. Cause I always got to worry about the payback. Some buck that I roughed up way back. Coming back after all these years. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. That's the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
You're my brother, you're my sister.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Some things will never change.
Once again, that last track was Changes from Tupac. A classic 90s track, incredibly meaningful lyrics. And even though, it is so very clearly 90s, especially with the sample and just the production overall. And in a lot of ways, I understand thinking, because I kind of do think this, that the production sounds really dated on a lot of Tupac stuff, but he's still a fantastic lyricist, fantastic rapper. Just because he didn't have a perfect career, in my opinion, doesn't mean I'm not a fan of a lot of what he did. But yeah, sometimes some of his music hasn't aged incredibly. What's Your Phone Number? If any of you know that song, is something else. I can't imagine that song sounded great when it came out either, but yeah, definitely a classic track. And incredibly important nowadays still. So this next track is from Be the Cowboy from our album of the week. So it's called Old Friend. Hope you guys enjoy.
We nearly drowned for such a silly thing. Someone who loves me now better than you, and that pretty friend is finally yours, and I'll be around on Sunday if you'll meet me at Blue Diner. I'll take coffee and talk about nothing, baby. At Blue Diner, I'll take anything you wanna give me, baby. I haven't told anyone, just like we promised. Have you? Every time I drive through the city where you're from, I squeeze a little. Meet me at Blue Diner. I'll take coffee and talk about nothing, baby. At Blue Diner, I'll take anything you wanna give me, baby. At Blue Diner, I'll take coffee, talk about nothing, baby. Blue Diner, I'll take anything you wanna give me, baby.
So once again, that last track was Old Friend. Another interesting track. I'm talking about a lost love, and them re-meeting. Again, some 80s synth pop vibes, which I really enjoy. So far, I'm really enjoying this listen. When I listened to this for the first time in years, back in back in this summer, it really kind of hit me how well it all flowed together. There's a lot of short tracks on this album, if you've noticed, but they all kind of flow together in a really interesting way to create a concise album. And so far, I'm really enjoying analyzing the lyrical themes and just hearing how clean and how well produced this album is. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too. This next track is called Apple Bomb, from a band I also really want to get more invested in, the band Deerhoof. Kind of a classic indie band that's under the radar. They don't really have any big hits or anything like that, but they're a band that's been around for a long time, making quality product for almost 20 years. And this album that this song is from, I've listened to. It's a really great album. Let's get on with it. This next track, once again, is called Apple Bomb. Hope you guys enjoy.
I say God in the trees, it's love. Just like me, find a tree, you're lovely, but you're lonely. I will clone thee, little tree.
Once again, that last track was Apple Bottom from Deerhoof. Yeah, I really enjoyed that track. The band in general remind me of kind of a female-led Guided by Voices, which I'm a huge Guided by Voices fan. So I definitely think they're a band I need to check more out. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that track too. If you're interested in that kind of lo-fi indie sound, they're a group that's been doing it for a really long time and apparently making consistent work all the way through. From what I've heard, I haven't listened to it all, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna go back to Mitski's "Be the Cowboy." This next track is called "A Pearl." Hope you guys enjoy.
You're growing tired of me. You love me so hard and I still can't sleep. You're growing tired of me and all the things I don't talk about. Sorry, I don't want your touch. It's not that I don't want you. Sorry, I can't take your touch. It's just that I fell in love with a war. Nobody told me it ended, and it left a pearl in my head, and I roll it around every night just to watch it glow. Every night, baby, that's where I go. Sorry, I don't want your touch. It's not that I don't want you. Sorry, I can't take your touch. There's a hole that you fill, but it's just that I fell in love with a war. Nobody told me it ended, and it left a pearl in my head, and I roll it around every night just to watch it glow. Every night, baby, that's where I go, just to watch it glow.
Once again, that last track was "A Pearl" from Mitski from our album of the week, "Be the Cowboy." I gotta say that track is really great from every aspect. Her singing is beautiful. She has a gorgeous voice, and it's just crazy to hear her kind of wailing on Puberty 2 in such a rock environment, and then kind of this album's vibe is much more pop, but still extremely powerful vocals. You can kind of hear the sadness she's portraying in this song, talking about a toxic relationship. And I just, as a writer, I would love her lyrics on this album, especially. She perfectly she perfectly hits that millennial mindset. You can tell like she has all of that as a part of her. She's jaded, and she's kind of just dissuaded by the things that most people consider what will make you happy. She deals with depression a lot. That's what she's kind of talking about here. I love her metaphors on this track. Something about the way she describes like her addiction to toxic relationships, through the pearl rolling in her hand, waiting to see it glow. I really enjoy that. I don't know, something about it is perfect for me. I love the lyrics. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying Mitski's Be the Cowboy so far. So far, I think we've had a pretty great show so far. I know I make the playlist every time, so I should really like every show. But right now, I'm really loving today's show. So, and this next track, I think it's gonna keep it going. This is a Untitled '06 from Kendrick Lamar from his album Untitled Unmastered. Yeah, nothing to say about this guy. I hope you guys enjoy this track. Untitled '06. It's one of the best on the album. If you ask me. But honestly, considering it's a collection of outtakes for the most part, it is a remarkably consistent project. That's one I would consider doing too. I think it would definitely fit on this show. But yeah, once again, this is Untitled '06 from Kendrick Lamar. Hope you guys enjoy.
These metamorphic supernatural forces dominate what I see. A Gemini duality personalities always conflicted. Oh, but don't be scared of me, girl. I can't explain. I know it's foreign to you. I know it's hard to believe. God, give me the favor. Let me explain. More than a compliment, and I can be some assistance. Let me show you how. I can't explain. A shadow, I spin around 2 times. I'll be there with the answer. Let me explain.
I'm bizarre. I want God. Both sides of me are evenly odd, but it's attractive. You're intrigued. Am I mortal man or make believe? Anything you want, I can't explain. I can explain it. Any misunderstandings, baby? Let me explain. I can't explain it. Why don't you sit and talk to me? I can't explain. Let me explain it. Yeah. Let me explain.
My mama told me that I was different the moment I was invented and strange. Baby, no, I'm not ashamed. I recommend every inch of your lunatic ways. Praise the Lord. You teach the kids how to be themselves and plenty more. You know the male species can be redundant. I mean, we love a woman and think we can satisfy you between sheets, covers, and pillows. I'm promising your lack of tolerance stuck on a 0. I'm promising that I'm acknowledging you as my hero. Cause you believe in me, no, you not easily impressed. But I possess qualities that you need to see. Look at my flaws, look at my flaws, look at my imperfections and all. Look how unique that my mystique is, a round of applause. And yours equally valued. You stick out like an alien compared to those around you. And that's alright because I like it. You and me are the same. Hopefully I'm invited. Hopefully you don't change because I know for sure who you are.
I can't explain.
Your mama raised you, your daddy raised you, and washing your clothes on Sunday.
Let me explain.
Walking your brother to school 3 miles away to feed him by the sun.
I can't explain.
Don't you explain that? Don't you explain the reason why your mind it travels?
Let me explain.
I wanna know what you think. I wanna pick your brain when I see it, but don't you ever?
Let me explain.
I sure know. I spin around 2 times, a blessing in
I
disguise.
can't explain.
I know for sure who you are. You're the goddess of the eye. I am yours.
I can't
I am
explain.
yours. I am yours. I am yours. I am yours. Nazenza, Inge, Laduma, Fumile. Nazenza, Inge, Laduma, Fumile.
Once again, that last track was Untitled '06 from Kendrick Lamar's Untitled Unmastered. Absolute banger of a track. Kendrick can do, well, obviously CeeLo kills it too on the vocals. But yeah, Kendrick can do soul. I mean, the soul influence is all over to Pimp a Butterfly. But I really appreciate that on this album. There's a couple tracks where he really embraces it fully. It would have been interesting to see him go in that direction, but you know what? I'm excited for whatever the man produces. So, and I would say he knows better than me what what should come next. So I'm excited to see what he does. Let's get back to our album of the week, Be the Cowboy from Mitski. This next track is called Lonesome Love. Hope you guys enjoy.
I'll call you to see you again so I can win and this can finally end. Spend an hour on my makeup to prove something. Walk up in my high heels, all high and mighty, and you say hello, and I lose. 'Cause nobody butters me up like you, and nobody loves me like me. In the morning, in a taxi, I am so very paying for. Why am I lonely for lonesome love? Why am I lonely for lonesome love? Why am I
Once again, the last track was Lonesome Love by Mitski from our album of the week, Be the Cowboy. Another one I really love the lyrics on. The opening couplet, I call you to see you again so you can win and this can finally end. That's poetry right there. And spend an hour on my makeup to prove something. You know, for poetry, in my opinion, it doesn't have to be complex rhyme schemes. It doesn't have to be saying something in such a way that no one else has ever said it. Sometimes the best is capturing something in a way everyone has heard before, that just fits perfectly. Doesn't do too much, actually does so little that there's room to think about it. It's personally how I like to write poetry, and I think Mitski does it really well. If you're a fan of like Phoebe Bridgers' lyrics, like she is another person you definitely want to look at as a great indie lyricist. And the song is about kind of another song about the toxic relationship between her and her significant other, and kind of the addiction to that toxicity that she kind of experiences. Really great track, and again, amazing vocalist. So next we're gonna go back to my playlist. This next track is called Can't You Hear Me Knockin' by the Rolling Stones. We've been a little light on the classic rock on the past couple tracks, but this one is a classic. This has got to be one of the best Rolling Stones songs. It's a little long, but if you're into rock music and you're into guitars, you will love this track if you ask me. So once again, this is Can't You Hear Me Knockin' from the Rolling Stones. Hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, you got satin shoes.
Once again, that last track was Can't You Hear Me Knocking by the Rolling Stones. An epic, really epic sounding rock track. They really show off their musical talents on this one. I understand some people who think it's too long, but I really do think this is a track where the length kind of benefits it in a lot of ways, I would say. Gives it the space to breathe, to really embrace the groove that is on this song. It's a really great track. From a really great album, Sticky Fingers, arguably their best, I could accept that if someone thought that. Personally, the one that came after, it's escaping me right now what its name is. Okay, after this next song, maybe I'll I'll know. But let's get back to our album of the week, Be the Cowboy. The next track is called Remember My Name. Hope you guys enjoy. I will get back to you with Exile on Main Street. That's what it's called. All right. I'm sure none of you really cared that much anyway, because you could have just looked it up. But anyway, let's get back to Be the Cowboy. This track, once again, Remember My Name.
I gave too much of my heart tonight. Can you come to where I'm staying and make some extra love that I can save till tomorrow's show? 'Cause I need somebody to remember my name. After all that I can do for them is done, I need someone to remember me. I need something bigger than the sky. Hold it in my arms and know it's mine. Just how many stars will I need to hang around me to finally call it heaven? I need somebody to remember my name. After all that I can do for them is done, I need someone to remember me. I need something bigger than the sky. Hold it in my arms and know it's mine. Just how many stars will I need to hang around me to finally get somewhere I can be all done somewhere like heaven?
Once again, that last track was Remember My Name. Another track that I really enjoy. It's a little bit more rock inspired than most of this album. The guitar comes in really nicely. I really enjoy that one. I will say these tracks, Be the Cowboy is a pretty short album. It's only like 31 minutes, 32 minutes, with 14 tracks. So each song is pretty small, but I enjoy it. It kind of puts, when the album is listened together as a whole, it puts it all, it fits all as one nice piece, if you ask me. It's not exactly the same thing the way I'm doing it on the show, where we're going in between the tracks. So I could understand if maybe it's not the perfect listening experience. But yeah, if you're enjoying what you hear, I would definitely recommend checking the album out as a collective piece on your own time. But I'm really enjoying the album. Hope you guys are too. For those of you who are new to the show and have never listened before, my name is Ryan Flood. You're listening to WLOY Loyola Radio, streaming online at WLOY.org and Campus TV channel 111.1. The concept of my show, The Flood Watch, is I'll be running through an album of the week. You just heard the track from Mitski's Be the Cowboy, which is this week's album of the week. And alongside that, I'll be playing songs that I've picked, put on a playlist to show you guys. Hopefully find something that someone out there enjoys. That's the goal of this show. Yeah, so this next track is called They Say from Common featuring Kanye West. If you haven't heard B, it's a really great album, really cleanly produced from the mid-2000s. Lots of great lyrics on this one too, and Kanye does great on the production side. One of his cleanest production performances, I would say. But yeah, once again, this track is called They Say. Hope you guys enjoy.
They say what's happening. We say the facts and then they lie. We coming back for them. They might say, but they don't know. They say, they don't know.
They say a nigga lost his mind, but in the scheme of things, I never lost the rhyme. The thin line between love and hatred. I'm the black pill in the matrix of saturated life. They say life is what you make it, so I wait quick on a spaceship so I can take it. It's high as the stakes get when paper get low. I be telling Derek, tell Kara, get us a show. Little calm, I make righteous if just get low. The richest man ain't necessarily the wicked with dough. They say you went wild, yeah, that's what they say. Big enough couldn't tell it was me like Jamie and Ray. Painting the day with focused grind, broads and good wine. They say dope is sour, so it's homework and hood crimes. I stood mine for forever and a day, so goodbye. They never could say, tell 'em, Jay.
They say what's happening. We say the facts and then they lie. We coming back for them. They might say, but they don't know. They say, they don't know.
Sweet taste of victory. Go ahead and breathe it in like antihistamine. I know they saying, damn, they snap with this beat. We love respect, I've got a history. Groupie love now, gotta be them wheels. Haters back down, gotta be that steel. I know they can't wait till you're out of your deal. Look how they did D'Angelo, ask them how do it feel. My best friends worry about me, cause they know when you famous and you have made cash. The media aims at us and you be up so high. If you ever fall off, it feel like a plane crash. But God don't ever give me nothing I can't handle. So please don't ever give me records I can't sample. So I can vacate where it ain't no channels. But it's quite okay for a gangster to wear sandals. They say because of the fame and stardom, I'm somewhere in between the church and the sane asylum. I guess it's messing with my health then. And this verse so crazy when I finish, I'm just gonna check myself in
They say
again.
what's happening. We say the facts and then they lie. We coming back for them. They might say, but they don't know. They say, they don't know.
They say, dude, think he righteous. I write just to free minds from stony to Rikers. Amongst the lifeless in the world, crazy as Mike is. On my paper, whether it's weed or ISIS. They say life is a game, so I play hard. Writing for my life, cause I'm scared of a day job. They say Seth kept the hood together. I tell the young, we can't play the hood forever. Play my cards right, they say I went too left. They show me strange love like I was Mr. F. Played chess in this game of pawns and knights. Now I claim king like Don or Frank White. They say my life is comparable to Christ. The way I sacrificed and resurrected twice. They say the crochet pants and the sweater was whack. Seen the corner, now they say that again it's back.
They say what's happening. We say the facts and then they lie. We coming back for them. They might say, but they don't know. They say, they don't know.
I steal a few breaths from the world for a minute, and then I'll be nothing forever. And all of my memories and all of the things I have seen will be gone, with my eyes, with my body, with me. together. Me and my husband, we're sticking together. And I am the idiot with the painted face in the corner taking up space. But when he walks in, I am loved, I am loved. Me and my husband, we are doing better. It's always been just him and me together. So I bet I have on that furrowed brow. At least in this lifetime, we're sticking together. Me and my husband, we're sticking together. Me and my husband, we're doing better.
That last track was Me and My Husband from Mitski from our album of the week, Be the Cowboy. I really like that one too. Musically it's upbeat, and the lyrics might seem upbeat on the first listen. If you're looking at it from a surface value, she's talking about how great her love is with her husband. In case it wasn't obvious, it is sarcastic love. And also, it's not Mitski is not married, so it's a hypothetical situation. Kind of talking about the suburban lifestyle and kind of how marriage is looked at as such a plain and easy thing to do. Love is such an easy part of life. And then once you reach that point of marriage with kids, everything's perfect. There's nothing else you want in life. Well, from what Mitski's saying here, she's taking on the persona of someone who is holding on to that feeling so much that they're refusing to acknowledge anything else that they need help with in their life, or that they might not be happy with what they have. They might want something more. So I really like these lyrics here. I appreciate kind of satirizing this lifestyle. But this next track I'm going to play is from my playlist. It is from a Japanese band called Cornelius. This is a band I really enjoy. I've listened to one of their albums a couple years ago, and I revisited it this summer, and I found that it was still really great. So I'm going to play a track from it called Chapter 8. Hope you guys enjoy.
1, 2, 3.
Now I see the trees are thinning. Now I see the seashore land. Shimmering, the sea is burning. Simmer salty air. If I don't guess, then I won't know. Now I see the blue begin, and I see the blue begin. Set the scene for seaward snow. Get the stage again.
Once again, the last track was called Chapter 8 from the band Cornelius from their album Phantasma, which came out in 1998. It's definitely a really great album. I'm always excited to hear music of all kinds of all genres from all over the world. It's really exciting when I find something I really enjoy that's not from an English-speaking country, because I love experiencing how music is kind of created and circulates in other countries. It's really cool. And this is a group I would definitely recommend. Yeah, I mean, they have some 90s rock influences here, like something like the Flaming Lips. They definitely have that psychedelic sound. And it's a really ahead of the curve production style, too. This album sounds great, even over 20 years later now. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed that track, and we'll maybe check out the band because they're great. But let's go back to our album of the week, Be the Cowboy. This next track is called Come Into the Water. Hope you guys enjoy.
Come into the water. Do you wanna be my baby? Are you waiting to touch me? You look so good, but I keep my hands till you come into the water. Maybe I'm the same as all those men writing songs of all their dreaming. But would you tell me if you want me? 'Cause I can't move until you show me. I didn't know I had a dream. I didn't know until I saw you. So would you tell me if you want me? 'Cause I can't move until you show me. My God, I'm so lonely, so I open the window to hear sounds of people, to hear sounds of people. Venus, planet of love, was destroyed by global warming. Did its people want too much too? Did its people want too much? And I don't want your pity, I just want somebody near me. Guess I'm a coward
So that last track was called Nobody. I decided to play it right after Come to the Water because Come to the Water is only like a minute long interlude. So I played them both together. But yeah, that's a great track, Nobody. It I would say is like kind of like the thematic middle of the album, the thematic climax. I've been talking a lot about how the sarcasm and the kind of just like not narcissism, negativity coming from the lyrics in this album. Kind of jadedness. This track gets into the reality of it, kind of like just raw emotional sadness and depression. We have tracks like Me and My Husband and Old Friend and a Pearl, which kind of glide on the feelings Mitski's been feeling about just unhappiness. This track really embraces it though, and just honestly spits out that she's feeling so alone. The lyrics are kind of simple in that regard compared to a lot of what came before. But I think it fits really great to have so many tracks where she's kind of she's dancing around the topic of her sadness and that life is just going terribly for her right now. This track, she kind of finally breaks and realizes the reality of it and starts singing about the reality of it. Something I also want to bring up in comparison to what I would say the climax of her previous project, Puberty 2, was Your Best American Girl, which I played last week, is loud, chaotic, and she's singing her heart out. I do think there's something to say that on this track, Mitski doesn't do that. She does the exact opposite. She's kind of like cold and collected when she's singing the chorus of this album, the chorus of this song, I'm sorry. And even in the outro, which is kind of like a robotic sounding chant of the title of the song, that kind of also reflects that jaded sense, kind of that tired, feeling so tired with depression and sadness that she's going through. I do think that's a really great track. And even outside of the lyrical themes, it's a banger. The groove is really nice, really great. Great production all the way through this album, I would say. So next up, we're going to go with a track from my playlist. Now, earlier we had a band called Deerhoof, they are an indie rock icons. Okay, well, maybe that's saying much, but they're a really well-known in indie rock circles. They're a band that's highly regarded. Now, this next band is called Deer Hunter, which is also a highly regarded indie rock band. Probably more on the mainstream side of indie rock than Deerhoof, but just kind of funny. I don't know. Maybe I was just thinking of the other band because they both start with deer. But this next track is called Operation. Hope you guys enjoy.
Operation, cover your ears. You're not gonna like what you're gonna hear. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Operation, you're not here. You can't love what you can't like what you feel, what you feel, what you
That last track was called "Crazy to Exist" from Joseph K. They are it might just be one guy, post-punk group or individual from the early 80s. I haven't listened to that album, the album this song comes from, in a long time now, but I definitely should check it out. It's great to do something like this show. It's kind of spoiler as to how I find these tracks, the tracks that I choose. I pretty much just pick shuffle on my big playlist and see what comes up and see if I want to play it. And it's great to do that, to kind of rediscover stuff I've listened to long ago and haven't checked out in a while. So it's fun for me too to go through this process, because I try not to pick songs that I listen to regularly right now, so as to keep it fresh and interesting. But yeah, really enjoyed that track too. We're gonna go to the next track from Mitski's "Be the Cowboy." This next track is called "Pink in the Night." Hope you guys enjoy.
I glow pink in the night in my room. I've been blossoming alone over you. And I hear my heart breaking tonight. I hear my heart breaking tonight. Ooh, do you hear it too? It's like a summer shower with every drop of rain singing, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. I could stare at your back all day. I could stare at your back all day. And I know I've kissed you before, but I didn't do it right. Can I try again, try again, try again, try again and again and again and again and again and again?
Once again, that last track was called "Pink in the Night." Enjoyed that one a lot too. It's a little short, but it's again shows kind of those held back vocals that I was talking about with Nobody. I'm kind of reserving the true power, the true climax of her feelings. Is a really interesting thing to do, I would say. Shows some control, and it kind of displays her inner character for this album, that she's closed off on showing emotion, and is feeling a certain way where she doesn't feel comfortable showing her emotion, and that reflects on the lyrics as well, talking about the perfection of this loving moment that she would have with her significant other, and how feels so unsure about it, and that it's not perfect, and that she has to keep telling herself and telling the significant other that she loves them. It's a really interesting lyrical theme, kind of talking about love from a more nihilistic perspective. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Next up, we're going to go with a track that I've really wanted to play for a while. This is one of my favorite songs of the year that it came out. Can't remember if it's 2018 or 2019. But this is Pure Comedy by Father John Misty. A very interesting track. Hope you guys enjoy.
At 6.
The comedy of man starts like this. Our brains are way too big for our mother's hips. And so nature, she devised this alternative. We emerge half-formed and hope whoever greets us on the other end is kind enough to fill us in. And babies, that's pretty much how it's been ever since. Now the miracle of birth leaves a few issues to address, like say that half of us are periodically iron deficient. So somebody's gotta go kill something while I look after the kids. I do it myself, but what? Are you gonna get this thing? It's milk. He says soon as he gets back from the hunt, we can switch. It's hard not to fall in love with something so helpless. Ladies, I hope we don't end up regretting this. Comedy, now that's what I call pure comedy. Just wait until the part where they start to believe they're at the center of everything, and some all-powerful being endowed this horror show with meaning. Oh, their religions are the best. They worship themselves, yet they're totally obsessed with risen zombies, celestial virgins, magic tricks, these unbelievable outfits, and they get terribly upset when you question their sacred texts written by woman-hating epileptics. Their languages just serve to confuse them. Their confusion somehow makes them more sure. They build fortunes, poisoning their offspring, and hand out prizes when someone patents a cure. Where did they find these goons they elected to rule them? What makes these clowns they idolize so remarkable? These mammals are hell-bent on fashioning new gods, so they can go on being godless animals. Just forever recede. And how's this for irony? Their idea of being free is a prison of beliefs that they never ever have to leave. Oh, comedy. Oh, it's like something that a madman would conceive. The only thing that seems to make them feel alive is the struggle to survive. But the only thing that they request is something to numb the pain with, until there's nothing human left. Just random matter suspended in the dark. I hate to say it, but each other's all we've got.
Once again, that last track was called Pure Comedy from Father John Misty. Wow, that's just an absolutely powerful track. I'm a little upset that I am not a bigger fan of the album that this song comes from, also called Pure Comedy. It just never really clicked with me the way this track did. But you know what? I will acknowledge that maybe one day it'll click with me. Maybe like Mitski, Be the Cowboy. Maybe it's just something I haven't listened to in the right headspace yet. But yeah, the lyrics on this track really, I very much relate with these kind of existential dread questions that Father John Misty is asking. Just the complete, just very tired of these existential questions and the fact that they will never be answered, and kind of like the quandaries that we are left with in modern society. Definitely really great, and I get chills when he does that like growl at the 3/4 in during the chorus. He's got a great voice. Yeah, really enjoyed that track. So next up, we're gonna go for a I'm going to talk a little slower this time. Next up, we're going to go to a track from Be the Cowboy. This next track is called A Horse Named Cold Air. Hope you guys enjoy.
A lake with no fish is the heart of a horse named Cold Air, who, when young, would run like a storm. They would say, I thought I'd traveled a long way, but I had circled the same old sin.
Once again, the last track was called A Horse Named Cold Air. Very interesting, graceful track, I would say. Again, powerful vocals from Mitski, powerful and restrained vocals, showing how talented she is as a vocalist. But you know what? I'll speak a little bit of criticism on this album right now. I do think there is a lot of 1 to 1.5 minute ballads And I think they're beautiful for the most part. Like, I don't dislike any of the tracks here, but it could use more substance, more tracks that kind of reach like the climax of something like Nobody, because it does feel a little missing here compared to Puberty 2, I would say. But I still really enjoyed this album, despite the criticism I have of it. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that track. This next track is called Get Yourself a Gun by Nas from his album Stillmatic from 2001. I'm not really a big fan of Stillmatic. It's okay. It hasn't aged the best, but there's a couple of really great tracks on it, this one included. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoy. Once again, this is Get Yourself a Gun.
Woke up this morning. Yeah. You got yourself a gun.
Yeah.
Got yourself a
Yo,
gun.
I'm living in this time behind enemy lines, so I got mine, I hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You from the hood, I hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You want beef, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
And when I see you, I'ma take what I want, so you try to front, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You ain't real, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
My first album had no famous guest appearances. The outcome, I'm crowned the best lyricist. Many years on this professional level. What would you question who's better? The world is still mine. Tattoos real with Godson across the belly. The boss of rap. You saw me in belly with thoughts like that. To take it back to Africa, I did it with Biggie. Me and Tupac were soldiers of the same struggle. You lanes to huddle, your team shook, y'all feel the wrath of a killer. Cause this is my football field. Throwing passes from a barrel, shoulder pads apparel. But the QB don't stand for no quarterback. Every word is like a sawed-off blast, cause y'all all soft, and I'm the black hearse that came to haul y'all ass in. This for the hood by the corner store. Many try, many die. Come at Nas if you want a war. Get it bloody. I got mine, I hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You from the hood, I hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You want beef, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
And when I see you, I'ma take what I want, so you try to front, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You ain't real, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
Yo, I'm the N, the A to the S-I-R. And if I wasn't, I must have been Escobar. You know the kid got his chip too fixed. Hair parted with a barber's preciseness. Brave-hearted for life is return of the golden child. Son of a blues player. So who are you, player? Y'all waited the true saviors. Puffin' that tropical. Cups of that vodka too. Poppy choose toe up. Wake up in the hospital. Go up, never. Remember, I do this through righteous steps. You Judas thought I was gone. So in light of my death, y'all been all happy-go-lucky. Bunch of Sambos. Call me Godson. With my pants low, I don't die slow. Put them rags up like Petey Pablo. This is NASDAQ dough. In my NASCAR with this Nas flow. What could beat that? Not a soul reppin'. Hit the record store. Never let me go. Get my whole collection. Yeah. I got mine, I hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You from the hood, I hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You want beef, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
And when I see you, I'ma take what I want, so you try to front, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You ain't real, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
It's the return of the Prince, the boss. This is real hardcore. Kid rockin' limp biscuits off. Sip crisp, get chips, risk bliss, I floss. Stick shift, look sick up in that box, the Porsche with the top cut off. Rich kids go and cop the sauce. They don't know about the blocks I'm on. And everybody wanna know where the kid go, where he rest at, where he shop at and dress at. Know he got dough, where does he live? Is he still in the bridge? Does he really know how ill it he is? Got all of y'all watching my moves, my watching my jewels. Hop in my coupe, dodge interviews like that. It's not only my jewels, ice anything, plenty chains. Look at my tennis shoes, I ice that. Who am I? The back twister, lingerie, automatic leg. Put the get a keep it a gangster with ya. I got mine, I hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You from the hood, I hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You want beef, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
And when I see you, I'ma take what I want, so you try to front, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You ain't real, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun. Got yourself a gun.
I got mine, I hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You from the hood, I hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
You want beef, hope ya.
Got yourself a gun.
And when I see you, I'ma take what I want, so you try to front, hope ya.
Once again, that last track was Get Yourself a Gun from Nas from the 2001 album Stillmatic. That's a really great track. Nas really goes off on that one. And I like the beat too. Sounds very early 2000s-esque, but I still really enjoy it. So next up from our album of the week, Be the Cowboy, this track is called Washing Machine Heart. Hope you guys enjoy. Once again, that last track was Washing Machine Heart from Mitski's Be the Cowboy, 12th track from the album. We got 2 more after this. I really do enjoy that track. I really enjoy like the hook of it, I guess you could say. Toss Your Dirty Shoes and My Washing Machine Heart. At least to me, it's a vaguely sexual thing, if you ask me. But also just kind of talking about like this kind of emotionally manipulative relationship she's in again. Kind of going back to some of the tracks from the beginning of the album where she talks about the lying that's going on in this relationship, just to kind of fill the hole that the both of them have. They're kind of just going through false love in a way. But from Mitski's angle, it's very much about this depression she feels and kind of like lack of self-confidence she feels about herself because of this relationship, how it makes her feel about herself. And this track goes in pretty in-depth on that, talking about just Kiss Me Already, just like using sex as kind of like, well, they're using each other for sex and for love, but trying to get past one part just shows how she's not really interested in the substance of this relationship, and neither is he. Because she talks about how he's thinking of someone else with their eyes closed while they're having sex. So I really enjoyed this track too, and I like the synths in this one too, and the claps. It's a good beat. I like the instrumental on this one. But I will say though, it feels a little weird surrounded by all the ballads on the back half. I feel like it should go on the front half more. It would fit around those tracks more. Maybe that's just me though. Still a great track. So next up, we're going to go to a track from The Avalanches. This track is called Because I'm Me. A really soulful banger of a track. Hope you guys enjoy.
If she don't love me, what can I do? Just put on my best pair of shoes, because because she said he's the one that drill a tongue, honey, that's go on. I just want to know what's wrong with me, be in love with you. Yeah.
That's right.
Off the suede Durango jacket, ball slang glow, Bronx is only Django. Snappy a golfer stomper, that's where my pops go. That's where my pops went. See my percentages are pinned to the planet. Knock it out the ballpark, frank it. I should not tie this tie to a metal log. Let the wings spread. It'll always come back, baby. Come back, shellac, black, baby. A come back, flat, black paint on the Chevy.
She don't love me, what can I do?
What can I do?
Just put on my best pair of shoes, because I'm me, because yeah, I'm me, because I'm me, because
Never monotone when I told Penny Tony. Listen to my tone, you ain't catching you a Tony. Award-winning walk when you running with a shotty. Why you running from us? Why you messing with us? We ain't got no guns, we just let the bears witness. The grizzly, maybe polar. You ain't ready, ready, roll up. Pull up machete, cut the bamboo paper. Let's roll out, baby. Frank it.
I want to know what's wrong with me. Yeah.
That's us on the show. That's quite the dopest shit. That's cool. Yeah.
It's right over there, man. Right over to the left. All the people. Watch the show. It's good.
Somebody kiss me, I'm going crazy. I'm walking round the house naked, silver in the night, singing
That last track was called Blue Light from our album of the week, Mitski's Be the Cowboy. Similar to the track that preceded it, which was Washing Machine Heart, it's kind of like a return to the more upbeat instrumentals from the beginning of the album. And, you know, I was thinking about what I said while I was listening to this track. And I do think there's something to be said. Maybe it is purposefully this way, kind of showing like a peak and a valley, how the album at the end kind of comes back around to a more happy, instrumentally happy, more happy instrumental. But lyrically, it's still extremely dark, kind of touching on how this is leading her down such a horrible path. Honestly, when looking at these lyrics, reminds me of kind of like the breaking point in a lot of ways. That's what she's kind of going through. Talks about somebody kiss me, I'm going crazy, I'm walking around the house naked. Just kind of, and then I really do enjoy the chorus, which is just kind of her going off, not really singing specific words, just singing sounds. And it's still that kind of reserved and kind of quieter side of Mitski that we've seen throughout this album compared to her kind of loud and chaotic side on Puberty 2. I really enjoy because it's a different kind of going crazy than we're used to from her. She could express such like a loud and obvious crazy on Puberty 2, but on this album it's a different story. She's talking, the whole album is about how she feels kind of so reserved and depressed about the way life is going for her, and that she's expressing that in a different way than she had on different albums. She's expressing it through this quiet, sad depression, the suppressed feeling, and I really enjoy how the chorus portrays that. That kind of that breaking point, a cross between sadness and kind of insanity that she's going through on the end of this album. I really enjoy that track too. I can see how it works in context now that I'm thinking about it. But we have one more track, the closer of this album, called Two Slow Dancers, which is a beautiful track. This is going to be the last track of the show. Hope you guys enjoy. Once again, it's Two Slow Dancers.
Does it smell like a school gymnasium in here? It's funny the same. It's funny how you always remember, and we've both done it all 100 times before. It's funny how I still forgot. It would be 100 times easier if we were young again, but as it is, and it is, we're just two slow dancers, last ones out. We're two slow dancers, last ones out. And the ground has been slowly pulling us back down. You see it on both our skin. We get a few years and then it wants us back. It would be 100 times easier if we were young again, but as it is, and it is, to think that we could stay the same, to think that we could stay the same, to think that we could stay the same, but we're two slow dancers, last ones out. We're two slow dancers, last ones out. Two slow dancers, last ones
Once again, that last track was Two Slow Dancers, the closer from our album of the week, Be the Cowboy by Mitski. Absolutely beautiful track about about a lost love, kind of about aging too. Really depressing, but also it's just so beautiful. Her vocals are beautiful on it. The very laid back, withdrawn piano, and the lyrics are also extremely beautiful. Talking about, in the context of the album, talking about like a love that's too far gone. Or maybe that wasn't really there, but you kind of are embracing each other in this last moment anyway. It's a very very beautiful track. Overall, I find this album to be beautiful, really beautiful, and really meaningful. This is also an album that I'm not as familiar with as a lot of the other albums we've listened to, which I find interesting. It's interesting to go through that, to listen to an album that I'm still in the process of understanding on the show, rather than something I've listened to like 1,000 times. I really enjoyed that today. Hope you guys enjoy the album too. That's going to be the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think we had a lot of great songs, and the album of the week went really well. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you're going to come back, check the show out again next Friday from 2 to 4. Once again, you've been listening to Flood Watch. My name is Ryan Flood. I hope you guys check back next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.